Sawadee to tukon. This means hello everybody in Thai. Just want to say how glad I am to have you guys here subscribing to my channel, because I always appreciate those who are willing to listen and as well as question the topic that I talked about in my previous video, like this comment here.
Why were they called Orientals? It's funny how those names disappeared, while Negro, Black, Afro-American, African all stay very much alive in the minds of everyone.
I'll try to answer this as best as I can. Why were they called Orientals? Well, someone else already answered that question underneath that comment. He mentioned that the term Orient derived from a Latin word, which is Orien without the T. And it means rising or east. And the sun rises in the east. This was during the colonial era where the European really thought that geographically and culturally they are the center of the world. And then they concluded that the East sit in a position where it's deemed as different and exotic. It's weird, but take a look at this. The bright colors denote those countries that are the subjects of history, previous to the discovery of America. It's saying that everybody else did not contribute historically to this world. It was the white people, it was the Europeans who had made history before the discovery of America. Which is really stupid because there are older civilizations out there, Mesopotamian, Egyptian, China, India. And I think the term became outdated because it does possess that Eurocentric undertone. But, societal perspectives changed over time, and now we are more aware and have better understandings of different cultures. I mean, we're no longer piled into just this one box of the Orientals, because Asia, Middle East and North Africa, these are distinctive regions with unique cultures and how the history has developed differently from each other, as well as their identities. I think the shift away from the term the Orientals, it reflects the growing awareness of the need to embrace cultural sensitivity, as well as acknowledging the rich complexities within each of these regions. The term Negro is an outdated and a racist term, obviously, due to its historical associations with racial discrimination. However, to answer your question as best as I can, even though I'm Asian, I don't know why I have to answer it for you. Isn't it your thing? But anyway, I think that some people from the Black community, they may chose to reclaim this word, trying to strip it off of its historical and racist connotations for the sake of empowerment. And I think some may chose to just use it as a form of self-expression. Although I notice there are many other Black people within the Black community who felt differently about this sort of topic. However, I don't hear Asians using the term Oriental or Chink to describe each other, through the media such as music, films, comedy stand-ups. I mean, these sort of words, they just don't circulate within our community because they belong to the white supremacists. Just leave it to them, man. We don't want to fucking, copy you, white supremacists, making fun out of our race. Why would we want to use the word that is derogative? Oh, because we're Asian. The term Black seems to be widely accepted in today's standards, as well as the term white, except for yellow when describing Asian people because of the historical context of yellow peril. The term Afro-American was gradually replaced by African-American during the late 20th century, where I would have been a child myself, so it wasn't that long ago. But saying Afro-American nowadays, it's a bit backwards because it doesn't accurately reflect the diverse cultural and also historical identity of Black individuals in the US, because it could be perceived as more ambiguous or just linked to physical characteristics alone. Whereas the term African-American, I think in today's age, it is considered to be a more accurate and respectful descriptor, based upon the fact that people are now acknowledging the rich and varied backgrounds of the Black individuals of the US, referring to those with ancestry from the African continent. And the term Africa exists because the continent exists. But if your complaint is about, people looking at a black person and say, oh, Africa, Africa, from Africa, don't worry, I get the same shit. They accuse me to be Chinese when I'm Thai. Basically, Oriental, Negro, Afro-American, these are all outdated terms. People's perspective changed over time. And I think that they became more culturally sensitive by trying to, include and replace these outdated terms with Asians, Black, and African-American. I know Richie named me the clapback woman in his live stream, where I look really tired, by the way. I didn't even get no sleep until like 7 in the morning. But usually my clapbacks are educational as well as entertaining. However, this is not a clapback. This is just me being very glad that at least somebody like Dr. Def is actually engaging with my content and, has brought up this really interesting question that I thought I would share my answers with everybody here. And I've read all the comments from you guys as well, so thank you for engaging with me. Especially those who left a comment underneath my Japanese air sex video. Like, don't laugh, man. I'm joking. You can laugh because I'm laughing about it. I'm still laughing about it. It's just so weird, but they do take it very seriously. It's a very competitive sport, to the point that they even have like Air Sex World Championship, which was created in 2009. Yeah. Anyway, all of your love and support. This is pushing me and encouraging me to make more valuable contents for you. So I want to say Khop Kun Ka, which means thank you in Thai. But this is the feminine form, so the masculine form is Khop Kun Krap. If you remember that live stream with Zoom to Thailand where Sunny mentioned that this gesture is called why. It's basically a blessing from heaven to whoever you're talking to, because your hands are pointing up towards the sky, but in my case it's pointing up to the ceiling. But yeah, at the same time you are basically blessing that person with words of respect and good wishes. And this same hand gesture can also be used in greeting people in Thailand. So the masculine version is Sawat Krap, and the feminine version is Sawat Ka. So Sawat Ka, it sounds close to swastika, doesn't it? But it's actually an ancient symbol that had varied meanings across the religious or faith of Hinduism, Buddhism, Thailand being a Buddhist country, and also Jainism before the Nazi, associated with hate and anti-Semitism, unfortunately. When you put them together like this, doesn't it symbolize stability versus chaos? Doesn't it? I think Jainism sounds like the process of turning people into my followers, because my name is Jane, but yeah, the actual religion itself is very peaceful. Like, it's not a cult. Running a cult seems like a very hard job to do. It's a lot of responsibility in it. But yeah, anyway, next comment from this video of mine.
You can find women that are not freelancers and so on at the mall. The difference is how you vet the woman will determine how you ended up with her. Also, keep in mind that who anyone wants to be with, regardless of past or status, especially in Thailand, is none of our business. And that's why it's called the land of the smiles.
Thank you for your insight, Mikey. Of course you can meet any decent woman anywhere, but you're more likely to come across narcissists at the mall because it's a hub for, materialistic pursuits such as brand names and expensive restaurants. As well as, these foreign men, they frequent these places as well, looking for women, not just at the bar. And narcissists know about this. And I can't envision these type of women doing charity work or reading books. And also, it does matter who you're with, for the sake of your mental well-being. I mean, who would want to hang around with gold diggers anyway, unless you have time and money to waste? Also, just because I mention gold diggers doesn't mean that I am concerned about someone's past and social status. I care more about people's behaviors in the present. I mean, the difference between somebody receiving support to get out of a dire situation versus gold diggers is that, the former is more likely to be loyal, while the latter, they won't. Not everyone who's well educated looks down on people's past and social status. Like, I'm just simply telling you how to generally avoid these type of women with narcissistic, selfish tendencies, so you don't get crushed by them. Right, I know I promised you that my next video would be about the, Philippine-American War and comfort women and Vietnam War, as well as the R&R spots in Asia. But this was just a quick response to, Dr. Dev and Mikey. Please don't bully them. Please don't harass them. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.